welcome to Narrowboat Vloggl. This week we're rounding up the best bits from recent Narrowboat vlogs. 3 dogs, a husband and a wide beam boat get a new tap for drinking water and apply some window film to their bow doors.
Good morning everyone, it is Tuesday morning. The sun is out and it's absolutely glorious along this marina. I'm heading out to our friendly grocery shop while we leave Joe, who is our man who knows how to fix things in boats. He's going to change our tap system so that we get clean filtered water. He's fixing that, and he's going to put the new cooker hood on because the old one didn't really do its job. We are going to put some film on them so that people outside cannot see what goes on inside.
No.
So we are following the instructions.
Which way?
It's critical that the film is flat and taut when peeling off the liner, otherwise it will get a zigzag crease. With the solution, you just slowly peel off the liner so it doesn't curl back and stick on itself. The wetter the film, the better. Use a felt tool to squeeze out the solution. Squeeze out the solution. Squeegee down the middle and across to the edges of the film using a firm and even pressure. Here is the finished result.
Narrowboat Will takes in the sights of central Birmingham.
This is the where we left it last week, going into Birmingham, and Birmingham's got the most canals in the whole country, I believe. And this is, we're going to turn left at the end here, and I was amazed at how beautiful this place was.
Beautiful, man. Look at these. Centre of Birmingham is really posh. Turn left for Walsall Canal and Tame Valley Canal. Oh. You got to go, can't go around there, surely. Yeah. I'll not go around the island.
No, obviously, yeah.
Coming from there,
If you're turning right, you can go cut through.
Yeah. We got to go up there, haven't we?
Yeah.
We spent a few days in this city, and I can't tell you how amazed I was at the facilities and the moorings. And just the ambience of the place was incredible. I'm really shocked at how I enjoyed Birmingham after all the reports I heard.
Boatman Benjamin fixes the diesel heater on Narrowboat Grinstead.
Down into the depths of darkness. Now I know there have been previous vlogs on this this heater thing, but hopefully this is the last one. So yes, here on Narrowboat Grinstead we didn't have much heating, so we've got the old Epping stove, which is just there, and that's a bit of a faff to light and get warm, and it takes a little bit of time. So I purchased this diesel heater off the Tinternet, and after some extensive modifications, this came in like a standalone box, and it was a bit of a nightmare really. It was designed as a sort of a portable one, which wasn't great. But yeah, we're swapping the plastic fuel line out for copper so that it's in accordance with the boat safety scheme. So here we go, we've got it in, look, we've got a copper pipe in. What you don't want to do is drink this, because that's diesel, dirt, filthy. You can go in there. And let's have a little testy test to see if there are any leaky leaks.
Canice Bannon removes the diesel fuel pump and does a bit more rigging on Dutch barge Linda.
We're going to put back the double blocks and we're going to use them to rig this properly. First of all, I'm going to give them a bit of grease because they're pretty dry. That must be what this ring is for, and that must be attached there. I'm going to go and do that anyway. It might be a mistake, but we'll see what happens. So that's now attached. And we can bring this fella in now. That's twisted for a start. It doesn't like it in that position. So if that was like that, would that make sense? I think it's probably all back to front. Maybe if I have a go at this one, see what happens. Might change.
Welcome to the engine room. So, today we're going to remove the fuel pump. I have never removed a fuel pump before, so this is going to be an interesting experience.
Now, I don't know if this is fully disconnected or not. Oh, Jesus, it is.
Okay, I've got the fuel pump is in my bag, and now I have to get up. It weighs a lot. We're getting the beast out. We have to cycle from here in Bow to Enfield, which is well over an hour cycle, and we're going to drop this off to get the pump serviced. Let's go!
Dozy and Dim Adventures share part 1 of their boat buying guide.
Right, let's move on to the nitty-gritty of actually buying the boat. What should you look for? What should you ask? All the important stuff. So when you're asking about the survey, if they say, well, yeah, we did have a survey and we did this job and we did this job, don't be afraid to say, did you take any photographs at the time? Can I see what you did? Or have you got any receipts for the things that you bought? Or a receipt from, say, a welder if they had welding done? I mean, they might not have anything, but it all helps with the history and you build a picture of the boat that you're thinking of buying. Every narrowboat needs a safety certificate. When you buy the boat, it may have a safety certificate. They last 4 years. And let me tell you a little bit about what's required for the safety certificate. The guy doing the certificate will not tell you the condition of your hull. It's not a hull survey. What he's actually interested in is, are you going to die in the night from your gas boiler? That sort of thing. So he's looking at vents and your gas locker and all that sort of thing. The engine is something we would never compromise on. Everything above water you can sort, you can see, but an engine would be expensive if you needed to replace it. It would be expensive even if you had to replace it with a second-hand one, especially if you've got to pay somebody to do it. At the end of the day, it is the heart of the boat. It's your propulsion. In most cases, it gives you power. So don't compromise on the engine. Ask to see it running. Go right down to the nitty-gritty. Have a look for big oil leaks and things, and even check the dipstick just like you would in a car and see what colour the oil is.
Barely floating tackle the Ribble Link. Can they make it in time to sail up the Savick Brook, or will they have to spend the night in Preston Docks?
Today we have a real treat for you. We're going to be doing the Ribble Link crossing. We awoke early on the day of the crossing, and a mist had descended, which made us worry a bit that the crossing might be cancelled. It soon started to clear though, so I thought it might be a good time to check the prop wasn't clogged up. Anyway, I'm glad we cleared that prop. There was plastic bags, weeds, and even some metal wire. So with a pile of rubbish to pack up and dispose of, our prop is clear. It's time to don our brand spanking new life jackets. The tide is right, the weather is right, Laura is right. Will we make it onto the Lancaster Canal? Are you ready? Let's go.
Oh, the gates are opening. Tarleton locks. Oh my God, I can see the current already.
And we're off through the lock and onto the River Douglas. It was tough going. The boat ahead caused a lot of wash, and I had to push the engine hard to make progress. Here's Aslan Lamp. We're on the River Ribble after we pass it. Only 3 miles to go till we reach the turn for Savick Brook. Oh, bums.
Join Travels with Martin as he sweeps his chimney.
Hello and welcome to this vlog where I'm going to be showing you how I clean my fire, and I'm also going to be sweeping the chimney, so I'm going to get very, very dirty. So I've taken down the chimney and I'm back inside the boat with the fire, because what I need to do now is I need to get everything out of the fire, including the fire bricks and what they call the baffle plate. The baffle plate sits just at the top here, and I can just shake it so you can hear it. And this is a fire brick. You normally have 2 or possibly sometimes 3 fire bricks. My stove is 3. I've got 1 on the right side, 1 on the left and 1 at the back. However, to perform a clean of my fire, I don't actually need to take the back fire brick out. So I'm going to get the rest of the fire bricks out, take the baffle out, and then we can start sweeping up the chimney. And this chunk of metal here is called a baffle plate, and it's very, very important that you do take this out and give it a good clean. You do need to do that anyway if you're going to sweep a chimney, but when you're just doing general maintenance on your fire, it's always worth taking it out. As you can see on the top of that, I've got build-up, and that build-up can eventually lead to a chimney fire if you're not careful with it. So it's always worth taking it out. So I've now swept the chimney from the outside. Now I'm going to go back inside, give it a final clean, and then put it all back together and light a fire.
Tim and Sam from Chugging Along speak to Colin Jakes and find out about his boat build and his garden mooring.
So we're going to try something different, or a little bit different with today's video, and start this new series, or maybe it will develop into a series called Canal Lives, where we speak to people that live in interesting and different ways on the system.
Well, my name's Colin Jakes. Some people might know me from my own channel that I got, Colin Jakes Narrowboat Build, back in 2017. A partner, Cindy, and we took a couple of little narrowboat holidays. Just short weekend breaks or midweek breaks, and by the time we'd had the third one, we thought actually we really like this. We're gonna have something. We had a shell built in late 2017, had the boat delivered to Debdale Wharf Marina for January 2018, and on the 2nd of January I got on board to a bare metal shell with the engine put in it and spent 9 months fitting it out. Just having a look on Canal Riverside website, and I noticed this mooring, so we jumped on it on a buy it now and bought it for a year. It's the garden that I've created. This was all solid overgrown blackberry bushes right the way down through here, and apparently years ago it was all grass area, but it just got left to go to rack and ruin, not maintained. That was just made up out of fallen trees that I found along the canal side. Then used a piece of pallet wrap, roller pallet wrap, to make the greenhouse. I've got a few things growing now.
Learning Lines is an American channel that usually reviews sailboats, but in this episode they take a look at an abandoned canal boat.
This is a full steel canal barge. Looks like there's some primer on the outside, but we do have a little bit of surface corrosion coming through, no big deal. This is steel, that's what steel does. We've even got a bow thruster in the front. I believe there's stern thrusters. Let's go up the ladder. All right. So we've got the cockpit right here. This is going to be your helm station. Nice big cockpit. I mean, this is just cool, you know. I'm not a canal boat person, but I can definitely see living on one of these. So before we go down below, down there, let's show you guys what the top deck has to offer. So you can walk around it. You've got about 8 inches of room there, so you can't walk all the way around, but you do have some steps right here to go up onto the top deck. And this deck has been reinforced in order to be able to put a small car up here. So I believe the idea was to be able to put a Jeep on the deck up here.
Join us next week for another Narrowboat Vloggl.